Welcome to War Thunder with Subdude. How y'all doing today? Well, we have all sorts of nifty, neat, new, and interesting things happening in the world of War Thunder. We have a new German destroyer. Yay, whoopee. We have a new Russian tank. Yay, whoopee. We have incoming air-to-ground missiles. Yeah, okay. I can buy into that. We've got a British Martlet, which is a Wildcat F4F4. And that's about it. Oh yeah, helicopters, which nobody other than Wallet Warriors are going to be able to grind out. Now you're probably wondering why I'm saying that. Because the only way you're going to be able to get a helicopter, because the only way you can fly the helicopter is in ground battles. Because Gaijin has made the absolutely grand and wonderful idea that the only place you can fly the helicopters is in ground battles. But you have to fly the helicopters after you've garnered enough spawn points to be able to fly a helicopter. Yeah, that's gonna work out not so good. But that's Gaijin. Hey! They stepped all over themselves with this one. If there was a low-hanging part, they stepped on it. And the reason they stepped on it is because they did not think about people who don't care one whit for ground forces. They are forgetting that there's a whole group of people out there who don't care about tanks. They only care about planes. And I know that there's going to be some of y'all out there that are going to be going, well, you just need to play tanks. I've played tanks. I played tanks when they first came out and they were good. And now they're not. But that's my opinion. If you like them, yeah, great, wonderful. You have a ball. I don't care what you have to say. My opinion is based upon one thing. I fly. I like flying. I can't take my aircraft out in ground forces because tankers are crybabies and they sit there and say, you bomb everything and we can't do anything. Oh, crime and nettles, people. I would say grow a pair, but that would be asking a little too much, especially for some of the women that are playing. This is one of these situations where Gaijin did not know what they were doing when they made comments the way they did. Now, they might be wonderful developers, the models might be gorgeous, the controls might be excellent, the weaponry might be superb, but if you can't get it by grinding because you have to have a tank to grind it, because you can't put the thing into an air battle, which is helicopters versus helicopters on a map like, oh, I don't know, alternate history Kaminsk. Take out the base bombing and make it base destruction. You know, I don't know who's doing the thinking back in Moscow, but they obviously aren't doing a very good job of it. And yeah, this is a criticism. You're bringing out a whole new section and there's no way forward for most of the people. Yeah, the wallet warriors will be able to advance. And I don't care. Those are the wallet warriors. The rest of the people aren't going to be able to. And what happens if you're a lousy tanker and you just want to play the helicopters? You can't do it. I've got tier 5 tanks. I've got tier 5 aircraft. But I will not waste my time in ground battles. So helicopters are off the table. Completely off the table. And it's like the naval battles. Naval battles are being fought on arcade maps. Why? Because Gaijin hasn't thought it through yet. They've got perfectly good naval maps. But they aren't using them. That's a problem. I don't know how to get through to the Gaijin because mainly Gaijin doesn't listen to anybody other than maybe some of their Russian compatriots. But right now, they've put a fork in helicopters. And from what I've seen of the guided missiles, I still don't know how they're going to actually operate in the game. You might as well put a fork in them too. That isn't going to be exactly the most fun to use. So they might as well just be flat shooting unguided missiles. There was a way to do that that was much smarter, much better, but they didn't do it. So, at this point, all the updates right now look like garbage. Ooh, helicopters! Ooh, this, that, and the other thing. Not interested so far. And it just seems that I realized that once they got away from World War II aircraft and started getting into more advanced, like, pulling in 50s aircraft and then late 50s aircraft, they kind of put themselves into a position where now they're looking at it going, oh boy, the next thing we want to put in is supersonic. I don't want to see supersonic. Not with the map sizes we have. Even the large maps will go by too quickly. And you don't do maneuvering at supersonic. Not with the aircraft we're going to be getting. All maneuvering is done subsonic. So, yeah, MiG-17 is going to have a good chance against an F-4 Phantom if the Phantom doesn't have any guided missiles. But then again, the Phantom doesn't have a gun, at least the early Phantoms. Now, they did have the Su-Pod, which was a 20mm Gatling gun in a suspended pod beneath the fuselage. But that was about as accurate as a shotgun. And it really wasn't used for air-to-air. It was used for ground attack. So, Gaijin, you said you might put in an air-to-air mode for the helicopters later. You better get on it, because if you don't, nobody's going to be able to grind them. And it's going to become one of those, well, yeah, we put it in the game, but nobody uses it. And, again, get some more air maps. Please, start thinking about your air forces again. Adding new shinies does not make Air Forces great. Shinies just distract people. So, please, Gaijin, pull it out, start thinking. What can we do to make air battles more fun? Because right now, it's pretty stale. And when I say pretty stale, I mean really, really stale. And there's a lot of missions I won't even waste my time trying to fly. I did notice you brought back alternate history Spain, but then you reversed it, so now it's the Russians that get to go looking after the ground targets and beat them up. Oh, no, excuse me, not the Russians, the Germans and the Italians and the Japanese. And the Americans get to go shoot down B-29s. Irony? Much? Yes? Come on, Gaijin. That sucking noise around your ears, you know? Make it happen. This Subdude signing off. Y'all have a pleasant today, better tomorrow, and we'll catch you in the skies in Air Realistic, because there ain't another mode that's worth playing in the game. Bye-bye.